It's the target species.
We're gonna have trusty producer Andrew Burke hang on to the dough. He will be the keeper of the pool money. Stop wiping your clam juice on my jacket.
Gotta season old Jimmy.
Everyone loves a good origin story, and among the species of Northeast fish, the best story belongs to the haddock. According to New England folklore, the devil, seeking to recreate the miracle of the loaves and fishes, reached out to grab a codfish of his own. The devil's hands, reaching up from the fires of hell, scorched the cod, and it wriggled free, but not before it was branded with the devil's thumbprint and a black lateral line. That legend says a lot about how early New Englanders ranked the haddock compared to their sacred codfish. But these days, fishermen facing a near total closure of the recreational cod fishery in the Gulf of Maine couldn't be happier that the haddock escaped Satan's snare. Since the mid-2010s, haddock abundance has been off the charts in the Gulf of Maine, making the opening of haddock season the unofficial kickoff to the saltwater fishing season in northern New England. While some fishermen try to have their boats in the water by this date, many look to the headboat fleet to get them to the haddock grounds. It's mid-May when Anthony DeiCicchi and I joined Captain Kenny Hislop aboard the Captain John and Sons, just a few hundred yards from Plymouth Rock, where, in 1620, the Pilgrims disembarked the Mayflower. The haddock season has been underway for a month and a half, and it's still going strong.
I'm Kenny, your captain. We're going for haddock today. Haddock have to be 17 inches, 15 per person. We'll get into all that stuff once we get closer to the fishing grounds. We'll give you a quick rundown on what's been going on out there and stuff like that. It may be a little bit rolly out there, but nothing crazy. So just move around the boat, just move around slowly and cautiously, keeping one hand free for the hand railing. And if you guys have coolers and backpacks, if you could stick them under the bench or inside, just not in the aisleway. Coast Guard requires us to have the deck free and clear of all tripping hazards. And if you brought your own gear, no less than 16 ounces, you might be able to get away with a 14. We're fishing right around 200, 215 feet today. If you need any gear, see one of the guys when you get off the dock. If you need a rental rod, also see one of them. They'll pass out bait once we get a little bit closer as well.
Yeah, boy.
Captain Kenny motors the boat northeast out of Plymouth Harbor, adhering to the 10-knot speed restriction in place from March to May. This is intended to protect the endangered North Atlantic right whales that congregate in Cape Cod Bay each spring. In early May of 2021, more than 100 right whales, representing roughly 40% of the population, were spotted around Cape Cod.
All right, we're on Captain John's out of Plymouth. We got Captain Kenny with us.
How we doing?
And just wanted to kind of pick your brain a little bit. We're going haddock fishing today. Captain Kenny, give us a little background on this particular boat.
This boat is a Gulf craft, 85 feet. She's a pig. She's a fishing boat right there. She's been doing it a long time, 35 years or so.
Really?
We've done a lot of upgrades, the rod holders, the benches, stuff like that. This boat was built brand new.
Oh, nice.
Back in 76, I believe.
Wow.
Brand new to the company. It was one of the first boats in Plymouth of this size.
How many people can you fish on this boat when it's packed?
50. Plenty of elbow room for 50 people on this boat.
What's it have for power?
2 Detroit 1271s. We're going to be fishing on muddy bottom. The haddock just love the muddy bottom this time of year. So we'll be fishing with clams.
Yeah.
16-ounce sinkers in about 200, 215 feet of water, depending on the edges. We've been doing pretty well with them lately.
Yeah.
Haddock really don't care for structure.
Yeah.
They're more of an open bottom fish.
Yeah.
So if you find a mud flat or sandy bottom, you'll find them. I've been doing this for 21 years. I was a deckhand for 5 years, got my license. I've been driving this boat ever since. I know this Cape Cod Bay almost like the back of my hands. I find fishing spots that haven't been touched since guys before me.
Yeah.
And there's still fish on them, and Just gotta know the area you're fishing.
How do you use your electronics to put fish in the boat?
I use my GPS quite a bit because it will show a piece of bottom and the different layers where it goes from, say, 190 drops down to 215, stuff like that. So I kind of like to fish the edges, see what's on the edges. I got my bottom machine right there, but I'll look for little piles of fish. If it's a good pile of fish, I'll anchor up on it. We'll throw the chum pot out. We'll get more fish coming in.
So we're on Captain John's party boat, and we're doing a little haddock fishing today. So naturally, with the competition between Mr. Jimmy Fee and I, we gotta have a little wager on this.
Yeah, so typical haddock fishing, you're going to use a high-low rig with clams. They seem to like bait more than jigs most of the time, but new type of jigging that's really catching on is slow pitch jigging. Guys are using that in place of bait to catch fish like haddock. It's really popular down south that are more prone to hitting bait, but the way this jig is set up, we'll talk about it a little bit more later, it's supposed to be very good for bottom fish. I'm going to try this out. Anthony's going to go the traditional route, and we're going to put a little money on it, of course, because if you're on a party boat, you got to be in the pool. So we're going to have 20 bucks for the biggest, 20 bucks for the first one to 15 fish. That's the haddock limit, and I feel pretty confident I'm going to get it quickly, even though Cheech is fishing 2 hooks.
I already sensed an excuse in there. Did you guys hear him slide that in? Where, oh, they've been biting the bait a little better, but I'm gonna do this unheard of thing, and Cheech is gonna have the upper hand. So
we're gonna have trusty producer Andrew Burke hang on to the dough. He will be the keeper of the pool money. And guys are already fishing, probably already catching.
all right, let's do it to it, boys. Let's go.
This is a Sea Falcon Z Slow. It's a slow pitch jig. And slow pitch jigging refers to how quickly you're moving the rod, how quickly you're moving the reel as you pitch or present the jig. So as opposed to speed jigging, which you would do for bluefin tuna or any other tuna species where you're working it really fast, in this one you're letting the rod flex and then straighten out, and that imparts all the action to the jig. This is going to have its most appeal to the fish as it's falling. This one in particular, it's going to drop on its side like that, kind of shimmy and shake as it hits the bottom. Maybe do a little bit of a side to side. I'm going to put another set of Gamakatsu assist hooks on the bottom here, and just because you don't know where these fish are going to hit it, you want to have the maximum chance to get a hook into them. Since we're going to be keeping these haddock, not worried about putting 4 hooks into them. Whenever you're doing this type of jigging, you want to make sure you have your split ring pliers handy, because when I want to switch jigs, I have a Palomar knot to a Spro Power swivel there, to a Spro Power split ring right there, and then that's attached to the jig. So when I want to switch it out, take my split ring pliers, so detach this split ring from the jig. I still have this set of assist hooks here, put on a different color, different size, different style.
How many ounces?
We'll see how it works. Already got a fish on. The fish coming up already.
Just be patient, guys. We're marking them here really good.
Patience is a virtue.
There we go. First blood.
Jimmy just hooked his first fish.
So if you saw how I was jigging with that, I've been slow pitching for exactly 1 week. So I did it the first time on a head boat down in Florida called the Yankee Caps, and it is just such a fun way to fish. You're using lighter tackle, so you really get a chance to get a feel for how the fish fight. So if you look at this rod, this is definitely not your typical ground fishing setup. It's a small but powerful Maxwell hybrid reel, a Tsunami Trophy slow pitch rod. And here I see that fish spiraling up right now. Well, we had to start somewhere. It is a little tiny codfish. Send him home with the start.
Come on, I need a customer.
I'm a big believer in fishing superstitions. I fully support hats with mojo, first cast curses, and banning bananas from the boat. But making Lucky Charms your lucky charm might be the laziest and least creative fishing superstition I've seen. Nevertheless, I've watched it work for Anthony too many times to completely rule it out.
Greasy, needed to change the luck. Magically delicious.
Now the reason I'm sending it out away from the boat like that is because the current's kind of going this way. I want to make sure I have a vertical presentation. If I were to drop it straight down, it would shoot right under the boat. So by casting it out that way, I can get a better presentation for longer. That's one thing that seems to be key about slow pitch jigging, is having it directly vertical. And to help me get that vertical presentation, I've got super thin 30-pound test Seaguar Smackdown braided line. And that thinner diameter means less water resistance, which means more likely to get a good straight up and down presentation with this jig. Got more weight than my little cod. Hey, Anthony? Anthony, you getting... Oh, no. Whoa, whoa! Look at that red. Okay. All right. Beauty. I knew I was getting tagged down there. Big redfish. You know, we did a little bit of this back in March, but with clams, that was one on the slow pitch jig. That was wild. All right. It's not the target species, but it is meat in the cooler.
I threw a little in the water. Instant nibbles.
It's a big one, man.
Oh, there we go. The target species. Nice little baseball bat. So that's definitely what we came for. It's a nice fat haddock. See the soft mouth? That's why you don't want to really, pull too hard when you're reeling these guys in. Nice and steady all the way to the boat. These things eat as good, if not better than any bottom fish, in my opinion. So now that we're on the board, let's catch some more.
My faith in the slow pitch jigging for haddock is fluctuating faster than Dogecoin right now. It is all right, tight again. Not a lot of weight to this fish. I'm gonna guess undersized cod. What do we have? Oh, it's the right species. Just the wrong size. Here you go, here's a haddock. These jigs are just designed to entice bottom fish that maybe aren't super aggressive, ones that aren't gonna chase a real fast moving lure off the bottom, but one with a real enticing action on the fall. These fish are going to be much more likely to attack. Just Get an eyeball for it. Yeah, he's going to be a couple inches shy. There's got to be 17 inches to keep. You can keep 15 of them, and this fish about 16, just about 16 inches, so about an inch shy. Send him back.
Thank you, buddy. Another one. Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Get right back in the game. Send it down. Wait for the bite. Doesn't get any more simple than this. Only 13 more to go to claim that limit, Calcutta. What I've kind of figured out after the last few bites is keep a little bit of slack. Let that clam kind of really settle on the bottom and not bounce up and down as the boat pitches and rolls in the waves. It seems to be when they're most likely to bite. So what I do is kind of keep a little bow in the line and keep my eye on the line. And this Smackdown from Seaguar is high vis, so you can really kind of see them whacking the line or whacking your bait. Another nice one. You want to switch sides? Maybe that's it.
Just keep it down over there. Don't worry about me.
Make sure he's 17. Yep, almost 20. I always like to pull the gills on my fish and bleed them out. Keep that fillet nice and white. Now we go back for some more. Jimmy, last chance. We can switch sides.
Next time you hook one, let them reel it in.
That's dirty. Shots fired from the captain. Basically, all I'm fishing is a little high-low rig. Got a 16-ounce bank sinker. A little bit of color on the on these Gamakatsu bait holder hooks. Simple high-low rig. Loop at the bottom for your weight. Send it down. Wait for the bite. Doesn't get any more simple than this. Then again, you can always overthink it and try, slow pitch jigs and things of that nature. What are you doing, Jim?
Changing jigs. That's all.
Ah, it was the color.
It's all part of the game.
Yeah, man, you gotta find what they want.
Make sure you guys are changing your bait up too. The fresher the better.
Fresher the better. Change your jigs. Fresh jigs catch fish.
But I don't want to give up just yet. It's still early. So keep at it and we'll see if we can put a day together.
There's no quit. There's no quit in this guy.
Sea Falcon S Impact. See how this one does.
Yeah, so like I was saying, see how there's a loop in the line, and I'm just kind of watching the line, and I'm not letting the rise and fall of the boat change what's happening with my bait sitting on the bottom.
That little cod I just got is exactly after you said keep that little line.
Yeah, it seems like that's how they want it. Oh, here we go, got another customer. Sitting on the bottom was what really started to get these fish to react. Another nice haddock. Just over. $11 more to go. 11 more.
Got undersized cod. Got a short, out of season codfish. There's something on there, I think. Unless it's just the jig spout. Flounder. Catches everything. Yeah. Baby winter flounder.
That's a first. That's real cool.
That is cool.
I'm actually jealous. I've never seen a flounder haddock fishing before.
Some interest in my slow pitch jig.
Slow pitch Jimmy catches everything.
Except keepers.
Everybody get out of the way!
What an asshole.
Flying haddock! Swing 'em!
That's a fat one too. I'm about to start putting clams on this thing. I think I've goofed around enough. There we go.
Hurry, there's more!
I just took a haddock to the face.
To the face!
Got that haddock shake to it. Yeah, yeah. Don't feel real, it doesn't feel very big, but. Whoa! We're gonna have to check the tape. Yeah? Oh boy, it's happened now. Capt said we were at slack tide, waiting for things to get moving to see if it would, and so far it seems to be right. Let's check this. It's got to be 17 inches. Come on now. He's got it. He made it, man.
Wicked haddock!
Good size haddock, man.
Let's drop fish. I'm keeping you in the game.
That was. Oh, now hit him. Hit him now.
Let me do my thing.
Oh, shoot.
Get out of my head.
Swing him. I just missed one too. Damn it. Double up. It's coming alive. Coming alive. I'm telling Cheech when to set the hook and I miss a fish.
That'll teach you. Oh ho ho! Soft lips!
Embarrassing.
I think he was kind of foul hooked anyways. He felt funny. It was a dogfish, Jim.
By the end of the trip, Tradition had won out, decisively, over my newfangled jigging technique.
Reel 'em up.
But that's probably how it should be when fishing out of a 400-year-old town. Thankfully for me, Anthony embodies some of the pilgrim spirit, sharing his fillets with me so I can drown them in butter, bury them in Ritz crackers, and create a simple and easy dish that tastes even better, knowing it's the first of many fresh seafood dishes to come this season.
Yes, sir. That was good, man. That was a fun time, man.